Good morning. My name's Chris Brown from Morgan's Financial. I'm here second morning of the Noosa Mining Conference, and I'm with John Forwood from the Lowell Resources Fund, principal of the Lowell Resources Fund. John, can I just ask you a little bit about the Noosa Mining Conference, and then we'll get to the Lowell Resources Fund.
G'day, Chris. Great to be here. This is definitely the third year in a row I've been to the conference, I think it's probably bigger than and better than ever. For us, in particular, at the Lowell Fund, that the most of these companies here are right in our hitting zone. A lot of them are really interesting to us. A number of them we're already invested in, and there's a lot more that we pretend looking at as well. So I think it's definitely a full house, and a lot of interesting stuff.
We're sitting in the booth of one of your investee companies, Unico Silver. Are you prepared to tell us about any of the other names who are here from the Lowell Fund?
Yeah, so just looking across the way there, we've got Southern Cross Gold, which has probably been the best performer for the fund over the last 6 to 12 months. Seed investment for us prior to a 20-cent IPO, and currently trading at about $2.30, I think. So it's been a fantastic discovery and very close to our home base in Melbourne, just north of Melbourne. So that's one. There's a number of others which I can't sort of catch. I think Mako Gold across the way there. They presented yesterday. Manganese and gold in Cote d'Ivoire. Really, a great combination. We love gold. We're about 40% exposed to gold. But manganese is also a really interesting commodity, up about 85% this year. So a nice sort of filler to have in their portfolio. So a lot of different commodities represented here, and some interesting stuff.
John, I was at the IMARC conference in Sydney last November, and talking to some of the managing directors of junior companies, and they were telling me they were taking half their money in company paper and half in cash. And I thought we were looking at the bottom of the market then. But I've got to say, May, June seemed to be even tougher for the junior companies.
Yeah.
How do you see the market for juniors? You say you're investing in them and supporting them through in these times with the expectation of making a good investment, but how do you see the market for juniors?
Look, I think we can see a bit of light at the end of the tunnel, but it has been very dark, tough times, over the last 18 months. On some measures, we might have bottomed in October last year or February this year. Then we had a nice run in April. A lot of commodities ran, both base metals and gold and precious metals ran together in April, pulled back. Very tough tax loss selling here in Australia in June. That was, thank God that's over with. So we're through that for another year. And I think we're seeing some increasing optimism about interest rate cuts in the US. And that will definitely help the more speculative end of the market, where sort of the junior explorers play. So I think that's the light at the end of the tunnel. And it's also obviously helping gold, record gold prices. So I think, a couple of those things going hand in hand, a bit more optimism in this second half of the year.
And do you think you're seeing that here at the Noosa Mining Conference? What's the mood like for the people you're talking to generally?
Look, I wouldn't say it's irrational exuberance, Chris, but there is a level of optimism. I think there's still, a lot of companies are probably, needing to raise money in the fairly near term. If they're sitting on a couple of $1 million of cash and they've got a good exploration program that they want to implement, they probably do need to raise money. And I'm encouraging companies to try and get out of that come issue sort of vicious circle where only you raise $1 or $2 million and then you're back to the market in 6 months, and people can see that's going to happen. So if possible, try and raise raise as much as you can, get out of that cum issue and give yourself a good runway to explore, develop your project.
John, thanks very much for your time, and thanks for giving us the insights into how you see the junior resources sector in the market. So thanks again.
Cheers, Chris.